Welcome you all, my friends, to my channel called Exploring the Unexplored. In this channel, we shall be discussing about the topics which are least explored and where lot of thinking is going on, but still we have not come to the final conclusions or the topics which are useful to us but are not well explored. Before I go to the topic or explain you the contents of this channel, I would like to first give my introduction. My name is Naresh Kumar. I am now professionally retired. I possess over 45 years of working experience, 3 decades of which has gone in managing factory operations as General Manager Manufacturing Operations. I managed several factories during my tenure, and I also possess an advanced certificate in Parapsychology from Australian Institute of Parapsychological Research. After I retired in February 2020, I have taken to writing. I have been researching various fields including parapsychology, management and psychology, and to date I have got 24 research papers published to my credit and have also authored 8 books, one on management, few on psychology, and few on parapsychology. This channel I thought to create to discuss with my viewers about the topics for which very little has been explored. Say, for example, we do not know much about how to manage workplace. This is a topic which is not much explored. I remember when I passed out and came out of my college and joined a factory, my workplace, I had faced a lot of challenges. Colleges do teach us about the technical, academical, aspects. They give us deep knowledge about the field of study which we pursue. But when it comes to workplace, we hardly know how to excel in our workplace. You will be with me when I say that people are not machines. There are no ready-made buttons which you press like in machines and the machine starts acting as per your wish. There are no ready-made buttons for making people do what you want them to do. Managing people at workplace is a great challenge. And most of the universities do not equip their students for managing people at workplace. Conflicts arise and we are at our wits' ends how to resolve them. Each one uses his own or her own mental faculty to deal with these challenges. They have to face a challenge of team building, and as you grow in your stature, you have to lead a team. How to effectively lead a team and make them work according to your aims and goals of the organization. The workplace challenges are immense. And as a youth, when we come out of our college, we are like infants thrown in the troubled waters and left to swim. We struggle. We have our share of failures, which give us teaching, and the learning comes the hard way. There is not much literature or guidance available to young students who get placements and enter the work field to meet the workplace challenges. This is one topic which is least explored. We shall be discussing this topic as well as other topics which are least explored. There are several topics which are least explored. Say, for example, we find some bizarre paranormal incidents occurring around us, and we are not able to understand what made them happen. I give a few very practical examples which I think most of us would have faced and paused for a while and thought, how could this happen? If you remember or if you recall, whenever you saw a person yawning, you automatically yawn. Why does it happen? Why does it happen that without your known thinking, without your understanding, automatically you also yawn when somebody yawns? Another example is that if somebody is staring at you, maybe at your back, and you are not seeing him staring or her staring, you feel some uneasiness. Especially among ladies, they are very conscious and they get to know that somebody is staring at them. Why does it happen? This is mind-to-mind connection. This is something not normal. This is paranormal. There are instances where you feel uneasiness at some time for no reason whatsoever in your view, but later on you find out that at long distance, few thousand kilometers away, some of your dear near ones was in pain. And at that precise moment, you felt the uneasiness. This is telepathy. Telepathy is a subject in parapsychology which is being researched, but still we are not able to find any explanation, scientific explanation, why does it happen. Telepathy is not new. In the ancient time, if you take to the era of Mahabharata, Lord Krishna had tremendous telepathic powers. If you recall, after the Pandavas won the battle and they returned to the palace, they all went together to get the blessings of the king Dhritarashtra. Lord Krishna telepathically came to know that Dhritarashtra inside was very angry for having most of his sons killed by Bhima, and he wanted to crush him while embracing him. When Bhima's turn came, Lord Krishna forbade him, and instead he placed a statue of Bhima before Dhritarashtra, who embraced the statue and literally tore it to pieces with the crushing embrace he had. He had intended really to kill Bhima. But Bhima got saved because of Lord Krishna's telepathic power and timely advice. Such instances are happening even now. I shall be discussing telepathy, which is a least explored field, and still we do not have any answer why we are able to see with mind's eye, not the eye which God has given us. There are people who can see through mind's eyes, as I said. They could see what is happening in the minds of other people. Not only that, there are people who can see thousands of kilometers away through their mind's eyes. Some of you may be knowing about the Stargate program which was run by US, where they used people with this faculty of remote viewing to do spying on the military installations of enemy countries thousands of kilometers away. People were accurate in locating and giving them information about the enemy's army capabilities. So, these are the events which are bizarre, real, but defy explanation. These are least explored. We shall be discussing such events in our future episodes. There are people who are able to see things which will happen in future. They make prediction and those predictions come true. There are people who have dreams in which they see what is going to happen them, what is going to happen to them in future. One such famous incident is of Abraham Lincoln, who had a premonition dream in which he saw what is going to happen to him in future. He narrated this dream to his wife. It is said that one night he saw a dream that there is a casket lying in the White House with a lot of people around the casket and some soldiers guarding the casket. In his dream, he asked one of the soldiers, "Who is there in the casket?" And the soldier replied, "Our president is lying there. He has been assassinated." 3 days later, Abraham Lincoln was shot dead. How could he know about his coming death? An incident which defies any explanation. Science has no explanation to such paranormal events. It is not that the paranormal events remain paranormal forever. If you recall, the primitive men in those primitive times were scared when they observed thunderstorm. They were pleasantly surprised to see a rainbow occurring in the sky. They shivered when lightning occurred. All these things then were paranormal. They were paranormal because there was no explanation as to how these happen, what causes them to happen. But as the science advanced and science brought forth the explanations behind these phenomenon no longer remained paranormal. They became normal, and today we are not surprised. We take them in our own stride. A day will come when telepathy, when clairvoyance, which is seeing through mind's eyes, when precognition, that is seeing the future, will be explainable by some scientific means as the science advances. The secrets which are not resolved yet will ultimately get resolved with the advancement of science. We hear incidents where there is some communication from dead people. There have been occasions when a person receives a communication from his dead relative about some things which he was not knowing. Like for an example, a person got an intimation from his dead spouse that there is a book taken on loan from one of his friends. The book is lying in such and such almirah. Please return that book to that friend. And actually, the book was found and was returned to the friend. There are several instances where people have communicated with their dead relatives. In fact, there have been occasions where they saw their images, which we call apparitions. All these happen, but we are simply baffled and just we exclaim, how could this happen? Such incidents are least explored. We shall be exploring these events which are part of parapsychology. Psychology, as you know, is the study of human behavior when perceived through known five senses. But the human behavior, when perceived without using the five senses, that is, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling, without these senses, if we perceive some things regarding the human behavior, that is parapsychology, that is beyond psychology. We shall be taking these parapsychology topics also one by one in the coming episodes. We shall be taking up the workplace management, the least explored topic, in our coming episodes. We shall be discussing similar topics in the series of episodes which are going to follow this episode. I request you to please stay tuned to this episode, this channel, which is going to keep you spellbound and is going to enrich your knowledge about the subjects or the topics which are not commonly known and are least explored. Please do await my next episode on this channel. Please stay tuned. Thank you.